Aye, beautiful beings. I'm Crystal and welcome to day 8 of this 31-day self-love yoga journey. Today we are going to flow and glow. So get yourselves ready and let's begin. Today we're going to get started standing up. So plant your feet firmly on the earth around hip distance apart. And with an inhale, we're going to lift and reach our hands up and overhead. And with an exhale, lean towards one side, opening up through the whole side of the body. With an inhale, come back through center. And exhale, lean to the opposite side. So keep this going, keep this flowing with your breath. Feeling this expansion that you're creating through both sides of the body. Maybe you find that you can get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Let's do this one more time on either side, even it out. And when you lift back up through center, with an exhale, we're going to float our hands down halfway. So keeping our arms nice and wide, spreading your wings, opening up through the heart, let it shine, let it glow. And with an exhale, we're going to crisscross our arms and taking our fingertips towards our shoulder blades as we give ourselves a loving hug. Tuck the chin down towards the chest, fingertips come towards the shoulder blades. And with an inhale, open back up, spread your wings. And this time, crossing the opposite arm over top, taking the fingertips towards the shoulder blades, tucking the chin down to the chest. Inhale to spread your wings, open up through your arms. And we're going to take our hands behind us so the fingertips interlace. Bend through your knees as we start to come towards a fold. Decompressing through the spine. With your next inhale, we're going to bend generously through our knees as we release our fingertips. And inhale, take the hands up and forward, sinking into your invisible chair. So feel the strength of your thighs here. Welcome that heat, that fire. And with an exhale, float the hands down. Stepping the left foot back from here. You can either keep the knee lifted or lower it down. Wherever you are, connect to your roots. And with an inhale, lift your arms up and overhead. And exhale, bend the elbows, cactus arms, open the heart. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, bend the elbows. One more time. The next time that your hands lift up, exhale, float the hands down. And with your right foot, with your right hand, or the hand that's next to your pinky toe, we're going to inhale, lift and reach that hand up to the sky. And exhale, float it down. Stepping the front foot back to plank, knowing that we can lower the knees, lift the feet for a variation, or we can come to a tabletop shape. Wherever you are, with an exhale, we're going to lower all the way down onto the belly. Fingertips spread out nice and wide under the shoulders. With an inhale, loop the shoulders up and back, cobra. With an exhale, float the forehead down. We're going to tuck the toes under, press away from the earth as we lift our hips up and back to downward facing dog. From here, we're going to step the left foot up in between the hands, keeping the back knee lifted or lowering it down. Once you've got your roots connected to the earth, with an inhale, lift your fingertips up to the sky, and exhale, bend the elbows. Twice more like this. The next time you inhale and reach up, we're going to exhale to float the hands down to frame that front foot. With the left hand or the hand next to the pinky toe, we're going to inhale as we lift it up, twist through the spine, and exhale, lower that hand down. Stepping the back foot up to meet the front, forward fold here. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Maybe shaking the head a little bit from side to side. With an inhale, we're going to slide our hands to our shins or our thighs, coming to a flat back position. And with an exhale, soften and fold. With your next inhale, lift and rise all the way up, palms kiss overhead, lean back slightly, and exhale, float the hands down. From here, we're going to step our feet out nice and wide, lengthways off our mat. So feet are pointing towards the long edge of your mat. We're going to take our hands onto our hips. Inhale, really open up through the chest. And with an exhale, lower halfway. Coming to a flat back position here. Bend through your knees as much as you need to. Inhale in. And with an exhale, continue the journey down as your fingertips come to the mat. Keeping the left hand planted on the earth in between the feet, we're going to inhale, lift and reach the right arm all the way up, gaze up, and exhale as we float it down. We switch as we inhale, lift left arm up, exhale as it comes down. So keep this flowing with your breath as we twist through the spine. We stretch out the backs of the legs all the way into the inner thighs. We'll do this one more time on either side to balance it out. And once that is complete for you, taking both hands down onto the mat. From here, we're going to slightly adjust our feet so that our toes are now facing towards both the corners of the mat. Bend through your knees, and with an inhale, lift up, reaching your fingertips up to the sky, keeping this bend in the knee, and exhale to part the arms, cactus arms. Inhale in here, and with an exhale, we're going to take our hands and the forearms towards each other, contract, and inhale to open back up. Exhale to contract, inhale to expand. Twice more like this. Last one. And floating your hands down, straightening through the legs once that is complete. So now taking your toes so they're facing the long edge of the mat once again. Taking your fingertips to interlace behind your body. Inhale here. And with an exhale, coming into a wide-legged fold. Feeling all of the blood and the energy flowing in the opposite direction in the body, knowing that you can bend your knees as much as you need to. With an inhale, lift back up. And release your fingers. Stepping back to the top of our mat. With an inhale, lift up, rise up. Lean back slightly, and exhale to fold. Stepping the left foot behind you, lowering the foot so the heels are aligned and the back toes are pointing towards the top same corner. Setting yourself up for a warrior position, bend through the front knee as you lift up, for warrior 2. From here, we're going to find a little flow. So with an inhale, flip the front palm and reverse the warrior. So taking the left hand to the back of the left leg, reaching right arm over top the head, and exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, flip that front palm, reverse the warrior, peaceful warrior. Exhale, warrior 2. One last time here. From this warrior 2 shape, with your next exhale, we're going to plant our hands back on the mat and step back to either plank, your variation, or tabletop. If you're in plank, we have the option to lower halfway for chaturanga and inhale to up dog, otherwise lowering down to the belly and lifting up for cobra. Wherever you are, we're now going to send the hips up and back to downward facing dog. With an inhale, take your gaze forward and then step the left foot up in between the hands. Lowering the back foot behind you, heels are aligned. Bending into your knee as you inhale, lift up, warrior 2. Find your flow, flip the front palm, inhale, reverse the warrior, and exhale, warrior 2. 2 more times like this. From this warrior 2 shape, with your next exhale, we're going to lower the hands to frame that front foot and step the back foot up to meet the front. Forward fold. With an inhale, lifting your hands to your shins or your thighs, coming to a flat back. Exhale, soften and fold. And with an inhale, lift up, rise up, palms kiss overhead. Lean back slightly, and exhale, float the hands down. From here, we're going to come into a little balancing sequence. So we'll start by really grounding down through the right foot, and already find your drishti point, find one singular thing to rest your gaze on. This is really going to help you keep this balance. But of course, you can use a wall next to you or any props that you may need. So we're going to start by lifting the left knee, hugging it in towards the chest. From here, releasing this leg, but keeping the bend in the knee as you take the heel towards the glute behind you. Taking your hands to hold that foot, flamingo pose. We can either stay here or bending into your front knee, and starting to lean forward, extend the leg behind you for warrior 3. So we can keep our hands in prayer position, or we can take our fingertips to the earth. We can reach the hands out in front, or have airplane arms by the sides. So wherever you are, focus your gaze, connect your roots down to the earth. And with an exhale, take that foot that was lifted back onto the mat. With an inhale, we're going to lift and reach our hands up to the sky. Lean back slightly and exhale, soften and fold. With your next inhale, coming to flat back position. And exhale to fold. Inhale as you lift and rise all the way up. Palms kiss overhead, lean back slightly, and exhale, float the hands down. Coming into this little balancing sequence on the other side. So starting by hugging your opposite leg up into your chest. Find your focus point. Releasing the grasp of this leg, taking the heel towards the glute, catching the foot behind you. Either staying here or starting to bend into the front knee if it's not already. Extend that leg behind you as you lean forward for warrior 3. So knowing that there's different options where we can place our hands, find what works best for you, and it might be different on this side. With an exhale, take that foot back to the earth. Gorgeous. With an inhale, we're gonna lift and reach our hands up, lean back slightly, and exhale to fold. Now we're gonna shimmy our feet so they come to the outsides of our hands. Toes are pointing towards the sides of your mat, so they're at an angle. We're gonna start to really slowly bend into the knees as we lower ourselves down for a squat position. So you can keep your hands on the earth for some extra stability. You might take your hands in prayer position to help open up even further through the legs. And if your heels don't come to the earth, that's absolutely okay. As I said, you can use your hands for a bit of support here. And you can also use some props under the heels to give them support. Breathing deeply. And with an exhale, we're going to release by coming to a seat. Preferably crossing your legs or just coming into any seat that feels good for you. We're going to take the right hand down onto the mat beside us. And with an inhale, lift and reach the left arm up, coming into our final side body stretch here. Keeping the gaze lifted, heart lifted. And with an exhale, we're going to take the left hand down onto the mat beside the right hand. And with both of our hands, we're going to paint a rainbow as we take them over to the opposite side. So now keeping the left hand planted on the earth, and inhale to lift and reach the right arm up and overhead. Keeping both the sits bones planted down onto the earth. And with an inhale, lift up, rise up, and exhale, float that hand down. So to finish off this practice, we're going to come into some stillness. So you can stay in a seat or you can lie down, your choice. Settling into some stillness after this flow. Allowing for all the goodness, all the medicine of this practice to really sink in. Knowing that there is energy radiating way beyond your physical body, your glow. And the more that we allow our glow to show, the more that other people know, they see it, they feel it. And this allows them to feel confident in sharing their radiance, their glow, their uniqueness. So let your sweet self shine. Let your goodness radiate from your being. And so you can stay in stillness as long as you need. But if you're ready to reawaken yourself, start to invite some movement into the fingers and toes. Maybe starting to open up the eyes, yawning out the body in any way that feels good to you. And if you are in a lying down position and you feel complete for this practice, bring yourself up to a seat of your choice to seal this practice in. We're going to inhale, lift and reach our hands up to the sky, palms kiss. Exhale as we take our hands down in front of our heart center. Inhale in here. And exhale, bowing to your heart. Giving thanks to yourself for showing up for this practice. and giving thanks to the sacred practice of yoga. Sealing this practice in any way that feels right for you. Thank you all so much for flowing with me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.